Are we starting now? Should we just start?
Yeah, we can start. We're rolling here. We're
Okay,
rolling
this
audio, video.
is, we still haven't decided a name, the JJ Liberman Hour, although someone I noticed, I'm not ever ill-affected by comments. I get crazy comments, crazy DMs.
Yeah.
But someone did notice. The one thing I do care about is growing the podcast. We're averaging about 150 to 400 views per episode. And I did notice someone coming to the YouTube page and leave like a nasty comment about, I said this is a JJ Liberman Hour. And he's like, it's not even an hour. Also, you start your videos with, I'm not a pervert, and you are one, which I find such a funny gripe. But yeah, so yes, it is a 20-minute episode max because I think that's the best, and I still have to get it on fucking Spotify. But anyways, this is also working title, the JJ Liberman Hour GoonCast, the GoonCast, which I do like, but is that a sustainable name? You can make the argument, yes, because one of the best comedy podcasts was Cumtown, and they spelled it K-U-M?
Yeah, but I mean, still, I don't think the algorithm's that dumb that they didn't get it.
I do think it makes a difference because when I change my headings on captions, when I change the captions, I do change it. It makes a huge difference. So with that being said, we are in a different studio, a.k.a. apartment. I don't think it makes a huge difference.
You, but they spelt it C-U-M.
Oh, they did spell
it Cumtown, and the logo is literally like a dripping thing of cum.
Okay, so this is the GoonCast officially. So that's good. I thought it was K-U-M, and then it's like, but I guess most of it's on Spotify, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Which is crazy because the laws of YouTube, like if you're doing a podcast on YouTube, you can't do cigarettes, you can't do anything. On Spotify, you can promote underage child trafficking, sex trafficking, underage. That's what's good about us. I don't think that's good. I'm saying you can, as a sponsor, you can do anything. I don't know if you can hear the dog in the background. Little feisty chihuahua going nuts. But Lejean, who I assume is now gone, he's going to be with his dog to prevent the barking, which is net positive. So don't worry, we're not upset here. It's a net positive with the dog, if you know. But anyways, whether we're here at my place or your place, like the dogs are something. So, anyways, with that being said, I came here in sweatpants. I don't know if you can see, sloppy, but confident. It's a confident look. Like people tell me that I'm a confident man. They're like, JJ, you're a confident man. I said, no, truly a man who's confident, a true man who doesn't give a shit is a man who walks out in public on the norm wearing gray sweatpants. There is a difference between the gray sweatpants and the black sweatpants, because the black sweatpants, you can see a bulge. The gray sweatpants, you can see everything part of the bulge. I take my dick pics in the gym where I tighten the gray sweatpants, like I'm the safe for work dick pics. That's what a lot of OnlyFans models do. Hot influencer guys do. The influencer fitness bros will be in the gym with gray sweatpants, taking like flexing pictures, oiled up, and they're wearing gray sweatpants. They're trying to get gay Instagram to go follow whatever thing they need you to follow to make more money. Because at the end of the day, you're just another piece of meat with abs. That's all it is. And there's only so many. As a man who has 150 something different subscriptions on OnlyFans over the time, not all at once. I don't have 150 rolling subscriptions on OnlyFans. If I did, I would be like comfortable in life. I would like to. And now you have to fight the people saying, "Oh, you're a simp. You're a simp for you're paying for something that's free." You're like, "What? Why can I not look at this and say OnlyFans is art? I'm paying for artists That's why I don't have more than 150. Like, think of me if I was rich. Instead of having art all over my house, like I'm here right now, there's plants, there's a jersey. I'm looking around at, there's another thing over there. You can't see it, it's out of frame. So people spend money on art. My art is more of a nouveau, stick your dick in a pussy, watch it live while I stroke my hammer. Why is that any different? Why can contemporary someone sitting in the middle of a music, what do they do? A gallery. Yeah, that's like someone sitting in the middle of, it's like the biggest, some chick is an artist and she goes to different galleries and sits in the middle of the floor. People take pictures. It's worth so much money, and they like stick their nose up at guys like me who are like not only paying $9.99 a month for an OnlyFans subscription, the occasional like $50 on the side when I want to see like, a cream pie, but I'm literally you can objectively say, oh yeah, he's enjoying this. You can't objectively tell me that you and your little fucking fag art friends are going to a gallery and you watch some pig in the middle of a gallery just sit there and people are circling her taking pictures and say that's good. You cannot objectively tell me that, but you can objectively see me nut in a bunch of tissue and say, oh yeah, he's getting his money's worth. Isn't there a difference? I don't know. I think there's a difference there. But anyways.
Yeah, slight. I mean, think about like the art picture of, it was just a banana with duct tape.
Really?
And that was one of like the biggest art pieces a year or two ago. Someone just put gray duct tape over a banana.
Yeah, that seems like that's simp behavior.
Yeah, and people gathered around the world to see. It's like still memed. Like Whataburger's doing a South by Southwest art exhibit, and the main photo they used for it was a Whataburger taped to a wall with duct tape.
See, this is what I'm talking about. For those people who are critical on me, now, like, you might have the case like, hey, I've heard like OnlyFans is like funding, wars or something like that. I don't know. They're donating. I don't know. But also, too, when you become so rich, you have to donate money to a lot of causes, and you're going to walk into a pro-war cause. That's just the game. Like me, I'm going to have animal shelters, dog shelters, a dog sanctuary in Puerto Vallarta. There's one in what's the East Coast? Playa del Carmen. That's how I have this idea. This isn't me just being. I went to one. I brought $20 in bags of dog food and snacks with my ex-girlfriend, and there was 150 dogs there. A billionaire built this dog sanctuary. All the stray dogs that they could get, they would help, and it was great. None of the dogs you could touch, they would. That is the funny thing. Like, you think you like dogs, and then if you ever go to like Mexico or the Congo, those dogs will bite your face off and give you rabies. You think you're a dog person? Oh, look, they will literally give you a flesh-eating disease that will kill you. So I came to the sanctuary, gave the dogs their treats, but they're like, oh, you can't go in the cages with the dogs. They'll get you sick. They have like Mexican dog diseases. So, but anyways, if I ever become rich enough, I will have a dog sanctuary for the dogs. So the whole point is, I was wearing sweatpants on the flight, and the guy in front of me was wearing gray sweatpants, and I was like curious if that's his move. That's like a true, I don't give a shit, like the true level of, that's end boss not giving a shit in life. Like a dude with his wife and his kid, and it's 6 p.m., 7 p.m., they're going out for TGI. Well, at that point, you don't give a shit if you're going to TGI. Thank goodness it's Fridays. But you're going to like a decent restaurant, and he's wearing a baseball hat with the sweatpants, hasn't shaved in 2 days, got the neck hair.
This is going to be me. You're describing what I am going to be in 10 years.
Basically.
I fight every day not to wear sweats out into public.
Yeah, you're scum.
Yeah, shaving is just, it's like the most monumental task.
But you still give a shit a little bit.
Yeah, enough.
No, but there are people who have that look that truly don't give a shit. Like there is a thing where, it's, I feel sometimes I'll watch Rogan. Rogan to me has that, and I don't know if that's a fuck you money thing or that was always him. There are some people that just the people who I like the most in life in comedy are not famous at all. In fact, they have the worst careers, but they truly are the I don't give a shit. They're cancerous human, like Kevin Brennan, absolute cancerous human being. So funny. So funny. He picks wars with everyone. Like, if I could choose a life, that would be it. But I also care a little. I care a little bit. That's why I don't wear gray sweatpants on stage. But if I could have, I don't know if you're happier, if you're at that point where you truly don't give a shit, you truly burn every bridge. It kind of sucks because nobody shows up at your funeral. But does that matter? I don't know. So, anyways, the guy in front of me, 6 a.m., gray sweatpants. Literally, it's like a 5:58 flight, so it's probably 6:30. They're coming by, and they're coming by in the cart, the in-service drinks, and he got a Coke and like cookies at 6:30 in the morning. And I'm like thinking to myself, is he living a better life than I am? Like, I'm not drinking Coca-Cola. I think that I know it tastes good, but that's after everything you know, that's disgusting. Is that a better life? Like, there's no way you could feel good. I eat like shit twice a week. I never feel good. You can't feel good.
No, I don't think you can, but maybe counterpoint is you think you could look at you the same way and be like, man, it's awesome you use like a meat milking machine.
Wow, that's true.
Like your guilty. He gets a Coke, you get your dick milked. It's like your guilty, unorthodox pleasure. Because I'm with you. A 6 a.m. soda's a crazy move.
I think anyone who drinks their calories are gross. I guess that's a beer thing too. I think if I'm going to, it goes too quickly. Like I can't philosophize or any reason why someone would get a milkshake when you could get a big fucking piece of cake with ice cream. Why would you want it just like it goes that quick? Although also I'm an animal, so I finish coffees. Like I'll get an iced coffee. It's done in 3 minutes. And I'll be on coffee hangs with my buddies. An hour later, they're still holding their iced coffee, and then they throw it out. So that's I'm just uncivilized.
It's like 200 calories. I look like a Denny's has a chocolate peanut butter shake. This was like my go-to when I was bulking. 1,200 calories.
1,200 calories, and not only that, sugar content.
Yeah,
it's not even that. It's the sugar content, really. That.
Yeah, I mean and they give you like the extra bonus. Have you ever been to that like that black?
Well, that's not a bonus. They'll give you more. That's a bonus is good.
Yeah, you're right. I guess
they're bonusing you at Denny's. Here's a bonus, an extra scoop. Yeah,
you're right. Someone just didn't want to do dishes, is why they gave it to me. Have you ever been to Black Tap or Black? There's one in New York.
Black Tap is New York and Las Vegas in the Venetian.
There's one in downtown Disney now too.
Dude, the ultimate dessert. This is the perfect example of where I will make the exception to the milkshake. So I saw Black Tap on Instagram. Not even I want to make sure I talk. I fucking met an angel, by the way, and we're talking about milkshakes.
Go to that. Fuck milkshake.
No. But I did go to Black Tap, and it was a birthday cake on top of a milkshake.
I had that one.
Incredible. 2019 or 2017, I had it, and I haven't had it since. Every time I'm going to go back, and it's like, it's too much. I was sitting outside. It was a beautiful day. It was May in Vegas, which is beautiful. Like, once it hits May, it's nice all day, all night. And I'm eating this, watching the fake gondola, and I'm eating this birthday cake milkshake with a birthday cake slice on. The birthday cake slice is as big as like a regular slice.
I'll put in a picture of it right now.
It's incredible. But anyways, so the two things I wanted to say, and then we'll get out of here. I think we've got to be well over 10 minutes.
Yeah, we're at like 14 minutes.
Well, okay. We'll say two things to get over there, and we'll condense it. So I'm flying from Vegas to Frontier. It's a good reminder because there was blood on. I pay for the upgrades, which is, I think, like if you're gonna fly Spirit, like everyone shits on Spirit and Frontier. It's like just pay the extra $50, get the comfy seats, you get your free bag. Like if you get a regular seat on Frontier or Spirit, you have to pay $70 for a bag, but you pay $50, you get that comfy seat, and then you get the bag for free, and you get a free drink. So like really, and also the Airbus is a premier plane over. Like people shit on it. I'm like, what do you think these pilots are unqualified? Do you think these, like, what are you talking about? So I sit down on the Frontier plane, and right in front of me, an old couple, and they have this space between the seat, and she sits down, and she's talking to everyone and loud. I don't know how you're so delusional or like not self-aware. Everything I do, I'm so inappropriate, so annoying, socially awkward. But I'm self-aware of she's screaming at the flight attendant. We went on this flight. Oh, can you tell the pilot to make slow announcements? The whole time. This is how you know you're also boss level. Her husband, one seat over. There's a space in between. I'm just focusing on him. Like, how have you not, like, what's a famous man who's murdered his wife? Like, how have you not, like, I'm listening to this for 5 minutes and I'm angry at first and then start laughing. Like, she's old. She's got the gels. She's white noise to him. They for sure, he doesn't pay any attention to me. He's reading, old school guy, like my dead stepfather just would read the newspaper, no attention to any, my stepfather would read the newspaper at lights. People were honking at him and think they're, like,
yeah, they're the asshole.
Yeah, like, hello,
yeah.
I'm reading the Financial Times right now. Give me like, that was his attitude in life. Super successful, but very well hated. And that's, I'm sure this guy well hated is like, oh, Steve's gonna bring Barbara around. Fucking Barbara, Catty Chatty. What is it? Chatty
Cathy.
Chatty Cathy wouldn't shut the fuck up. So the first 2 minutes, I was appalled that some man would let his wife off a leash and she wouldn't shut the fuck up. I felt bad for the flight attendants. They're entertaining. They have to entertain this or else she'll complain. You know right away that's a bitch who will complain, so you have to entertain this. She's literally telling them, like, do you know, and she's naming the last flight attendants. Could you imagine that? Being on $100 flight and some cunt asks you your name as a flight attendant, and then she's going on other flights telling these other flights, she's so good. Tell the pilot to read the instructions slow. There's a point when she wouldn't shut the fuck up. I was like, I hope this plane fucking crashes. And we hadn't even left the ground. Like, I hate her so much. Then I was laughing. It's that element of, like, when you're so sad, you start, like, crying and laughing like a psycho. That's what I was doing, is she wouldn't shut the fuck up. And mind you, I have headphones. I could be listening to a podcast, but I zoned in on, I had so much visceral hate for this bitch. I was zoning in, and then I would just look at her husband and honestly impressed. Completely minding no attention to her. It was an impressive thing, and I just kept on thinking, like, even at the point where as you're like about to land, they come by for the last time and they talk about the credit card. Every airline has a credit card, and they fill out a form. I have never seen anyone fill out a form. I go on a flight every other week, and Delta, JetBlue, American, Spirit, Frontier, they all offer these forms. This bitch took the form to fill it out. She goes to her husband. She goes, can you fill this out for me? And just looks at her and goes, nope, and just goes back to reading the paper. I mean, they've been together for, like, for sure 40 years. And, yeah, it's impressive. But
yeah, fuck that, dude.
I didn't know.
No. Well, if you needed people who killed their wives, because you asked it earlier.
Well, OJ.
Chris Benoit, OJ. Those were some ones.
Yeah. But that's CTE kills. This was like a crime of passion. Like in, what is it? Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, when Brad Pitt, like,
his wife is bitching at him, so he shoots her with the harpoon allegedly, and they're like, he killed his wife.
Wow.
And it's like the scene they show you. She's just like, has anyone ever told you how much of a fucking piece of shit you are?
And he killed her?
And then he turns with the spear gun, and then it cuts, and everyone's like, he killed his wife. And it's like up in the air the whole movie, but it's like, yeah, that guy killed his wife.
Last thing I'll say.
Yeah.
I did have an angel Uber driver. I'm not religious.
Yeah.
But I did have an angel Uber driver who worked at hospice. This is how crazy America is. The guy is a nurse in hospice, and he still has to drive Uber. Like you would think respectable jobs like nurse in hospice, comedian.
Maybe the worst nursing job too. A hospice nurse.
No, he said it's very peaceful. He said the craziest thing to me. I get chills from this. Is how I think. Like, I'm not religious, but sometimes I wish I was. I would think I would have more interaction. I really believe he was an angel. He was like an African guy with he didn't do that, but
yeah, like thick accent.
Yeah. Without that.
Yeah, like.
But he could have mixed one in, and I would have been like, oh, I don't know if that was racist. Don't cut it out. We'll let the people decide. Yeah. But he was telling me he stopped the Uber, and it's like you have moments like this, and maybe we'll talk about it next time, where I have met angels. There is no way this guy, and he was talking about death, and the one thing he said, he saw over 8,000 deaths, and he said there's 70% of them right when they see the light, they have an out-of-body experience, and they see someone, and they say something to that person, and then the person dies. And then he'll say to a kid or something like that, who is so-and-so, because they always ask. And that was their dead mother or sister or something like that.
That's crazy.
70% of the time. Now, I'll deduct it by this, because I'm a logical guy. I'm illogical when it comes to sex, but I like to think I'm a critical thinker. There is a thing that could be that your subconscious... there is something
releases like endorphins.
Something like your body knows how to heal itself. So your body could also play. Your mind, as a guy who lives in his head all the time, I literally have to meditate every morning. I have to not look at my phone. I have to do many things because I live with rage for my first 3 hours of the day, motherfucking everyone as I'm doing meditation, breathing exercises. Literally, my whole morning is just motherfucking this guy, that guy, this guy, that guy. Like, if you were to fuck me over on something, I'd be like, motherfucking you tomorrow. But yeah, so there is a thing where your mind plays dirty tricks on you always. So I don't know if that's a dirty trick, like where your mind knows you're dying. And there is that piece at the end that your mind knows you're dying. Your conscious, your subconscious knows you're dying, and it wants, because he says most of these people, they're smiling. They'll come out, smile, no snore. So I don't know if your mind's doing that to give you the peace of mind before the infinite black and dark, but so I had that incident. I forget what the other thing was, but yeah, it was. I was right before I was saying that I had something really good, but the angel interrupted. But anyways, what do we do? 20?
We're at 22 minutes.
Amazing. This was a good. I think this was cooking. This was a good one.
Yeah.
If you see this, out of the 100 people to 400 people who watch us, if you are in Houston, Texas, next week we are going to be secret group. February 27th. Already 15 tickets sold. I assume we'll get at least 30 to 50 more.
I think it'll sell out.
200?
Oh, we're in the big room, huh? Makes sense. Never mind. I've never done the big room. I'm excited to do. I've only done the small room. I think it'll be fun. I think we'll sell tickets. They'll move some. Day of. People looking to do things.
All right, baby. We'll see you next week in Houston, Texas. And this week, if you see this, I'm going to post this tomorrow. We'll be in Wisconsin. Comedy on State, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And we're going to be doing one-stroke goon reviews. Check the Instagram for that. JJ Lieberman Live.
Brandon Lejean _ If you're in Austin next month, 27th, I'm headlining my first show at East Austin, doing the feature. I'm the headliner for that. So come out and see that. Also, fun fact, the Heath Bar milkshake has been, from Baskin-Robbins, is ruled the most unhealthy drink in America at 2,400 calories in one serving.
Man. That's Heath bars are great.
They
Okay,
are great.
we'll see you next week. I have a little coffee on your table.